I'm Brigadier General Dave Hill, the commander of the Army Corps of Engineers Southwestern Division in Dallas, Texas. I'm here at Lavon Lake, just northeast of Dallas, near Wylie, Texas. Like many of our lakes in the southwestern region, just a year ago, Lavon Lake was in drought status. The lake was only half full and the reservoir 11 feet below conservation stage, which is the amount required for a lake to sustain the purpose it was built for. Today, Lavon is 100% full, and the reservoir is 11 feet above conservation stage. We're even releasing water, as you can see behind me. This is a complete turnaround from last year, and a great example of our reservoirs performing as designed, whether in drought or in flood. Capture the heavy rains when they occur, hold the floodwaters from the rivers, protect the people and the property downstream, and store that precious commodity of water for the future, whether for water supply, hydropower, environmental purposes, or recreation. The Lavon Dam was completed in 1953 to impound the upstream East Fork of the Trinity River. Many of its tributaries and the areas immediately surrounding them, the reservoir is primarily designed to provide flood control to the Collin, Dallas, and Rockwall County areas, and to supply water to the member cities of the North Texas Municipal Water District. It's a good example of our 74 flood damage reduction lakes and reservoirs throughout this region, many of which are put to the test in the last 2 months. The heavy rainfall and floods in the Southwestern Division area were proof positive that flood damage reduction is the first and most significant benefit that the Army Corps of Engineers lakes provide as value to the nation. Our projects stood solid against a major rain event that in May alone resulted in the wettest month on record in both Texas and Oklahoma. 35 trillion gallons of rain in Texas, enough to cover the entire state of Texas in 8 inches of water, enough to meet New York City's water needs for 7 years, and all that was before Tropical Storm Bill in June. Our structures, many built in the 1950s, stood strong. Our people, engineers, hydrologists, park rangers, professionals all, worked hard to manage the structures and projects and protect our communities through this severe weather event. The people in the communities across our region understood and supported us, and we deeply appreciate that support. We don't know yet how much damage our reservoirs prevented, but we do know historically what happened when there were no reservoirs. Countless lives were at risk and the property damages were astronomical. And we know that across our region, more than $85 billion in flood damages have been prevented cumulatively since our reservoirs were built. Countless lives have been saved, and there's no price tag on a life. Like all of our lakes, one of the most visible benefits of Lavon Lake is recreation. People in this area have enjoyed boating, camping, biking, and above all, fishing, especially the largemouth bass, white bass, and blue catfish. Unfortunately, the recreational facilities at most of our lakes have sustained damage during this flood event, and we're looking at limited use through the summer. We know that's an inconvenience for people, and we ask for your continued support. We'll make every effort to open as quickly and as safely as possible. Our primary goal will continue to be flood risk management, the reason that the reservoirs were built, and our attention will be on getting them back into top shape to protect you and your community, which is our community too, for the next major weather event that comes our way.